Ready. Sound test number 3. Getting set up. Godot. That's a bad name for an engine, but it's all we got. Yeah, no. Boom. Perfect. Now it's time to dance. Didn't work. Let's try restarting Social Stream Ninja. Yeah, there it goes. I need sound effects too. It'll all come in time. Maybe we'll get there. I don't have Twitch chat going. It's weird. What the fuck? I figured out why. Hello, PC head. Hello. You're working really hard, I bet. You managed to get your multiplayer working again. Well done. Well done. Just keep working at it. Super. Okay, that works. Now we've got Twitch going. I don't know what I ended up using. RPC. Yeah. That's the magic ticket. That's just the everybody do it button. There's a couple other ways to do it that are more precise. But yeah, you can always get it working and then do it later. Of Red Bull ended up synchronizing health, and then yeah, that's one way to do it. Did signal death function? Yeah, building it up. Enemies in AI are tough. You're struggling to get it working all day. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we're just on the struggle bus, you know? But struggling is a sign of learning. So as long as you keep at it, you can make anything. It's hard though, you know. This is very interesting. So this person is making a World of Warcraft clone. It's cute. It's cool. What the fuck, do I have an inspiration folder? I thought I did. I have no idea where it is. I think was it? It's not in examples. Guess I deleted it. I swear I have that folder somewhere. Whoa, cool. They're making traditional art. We're just gonna be taking it easy today. The fuck? That is nasty work. It's all AI. That's so weird. Also, there's like 2 LeBron James on the team. Everybody on the team is LeBron James. It's so strange. I know. I'm pretty sad about AI. The advertisers using AI is the worst. Like I hate advertising, and I hate AI, so it's like what on earth is this person making? It's so weird. The legs. What the fuck is going on here? I can't really tell. And the age verification, yeah, I don't really know. Um, Vibe coding, fuck you. You need to be reading long, fat books. Slow maxing. Okay. What the fuck is going on? Pretty cool. A lot of people like these dither shaders. I love that model. That's really good. See, there's a lot of art to these textures, though. They're very difficult to make. Vibe coding is used for learning. Yeah, it's really not as good as learning. You're absolutely right. And it might be harder to do it without vibe coding. But I find vibe coding really confusing. Like I end up like in a state where I get to like just doesn't teach me anything. because I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh. So yeah, it's all good. Whatever it takes, you know. Sometimes if you need a place to just like write down your own thoughts, it's also called rubber duck debugging, right? So you're just typing out what you're thinking, and then you'll figure it out because you just need something to talk to. So you can just talk to a rubber duck. So you explain your code. Um, when you explain your code to the duck, and you say, "Oh, well, now that I explain it, I get it. Can't figure out what's up. I make each transaction apply the filters. Hold on, what was I thinking? Thank you, duck." So I imagine part of it's like that. It's helping you in that way. I do that a lot with Slack at my job. So I'll just type it all out, and then sometimes I won't even send the whole message. But you can get better at providing questions to people that are more targeted. Like, I noticed this one. You just like, I don't fully understand. Doesn't synchronize it. You have to say like, okay, what is the situation? What is the most important information? What are you trying to achieve? And what have you tried? Because this person is one of the best people in the entire Discord. Swan is a core contributor to Godot, and they would like to help you, but you're not giving them enough information to help you. So you've got to like lay it out the full puzzle. Yeah, and once you learn how to do that, um, that's a skill too, is to learn how to troubleshoot and to ask a good question. So yeah, I mean, if I'm overstepping, let me know. But let's see if I find the question that I asked. Yeah, no, it's a skill like anything, right? What am I? This is a pretty bad way to demonstrate it, I guess. But yeah, let's keep working on what we've got. Let's get started here. Great session. Join. Pretty cool. Okay. What do we got? Hey, Andrew lives in a mangrove. Andrew, who lives in a mangrove, a grove. It's tough, man. It's a very difficult life that you have. I know, it's just tragically. You can go back. You can just be old school and be and do. Because I'm still called that in some circles, secret circles. So you're not wrong. I think it's this one right here. So let's do this. All right, so watch this fucking error. See you later. We have a session. This is a WebRTC peer-to-peer session. And when I quit this guy, it blows up. And the reason it blows up is because I can't figure out. So what we're going to do is we'll go into our network. Have you considered figuring it out? I have, and this is the trial that we're going to figure it out. We're going to say tube client dot port mapped peer dot port mapped disconnect. Oh, is it multiplayer peer? Well, you know, at our company, that's what the AI tells me, is it just figures it out. Except I had a bad experience with the AI. It was going great until it wasn't, and it got really confused and started editing other functions I didn't ask it to work on. And now I was like, what the fuck? I've never had any bad experience with AI. Wow, you're a real vibe coder. 100x, yeah. So I learned the numbers on how much spend we have too, and I was shocked because people were clamoring for the new Opus 4.6, and there was a guy, and like, okay, so this is not all that proprietary, but he was like, oh, I was using 4.6 all morning, and you know the access got revoked. It was going, and I was having, you know, the best responses I've ever had, and it was going great. And then and then access was revoked, but the technical guy stepped in and said, actually, sorry, you were using an earlier Sonnet version. It was just silently redirecting you. We changed it to error. We didn't ever give you access. And so he was like, okay, well, I'll take the L there. But we should still have this. And then top level VP guy came in and said, it's great that, you know, we want to see this token count skyrocket, but ultimately the costs are material, and that's how the street, you know. In this case, it's the opposite because it's a cost, right? I don't think, you know, they say more bottom line, but I don't know. It's like not true, I think. I don't know. I don't know if we're all 5xing, 10xing. I don't feel that it 5x's. It does write a pretty good unit test. And I will say that it kind of understands what the unit test needs to do. It still doesn't do mocks very well. It kind of just wants to like be lazy in spots. That's fair. I do too. But unit tests are a nice thing because there's already some code there that I wrote that works. It's just taking that and like transliterating it into a different format. And that's what it's good at. It's basically data to data, token to token. It's good at like shifting that from code written to test. So I find that. And the other part is that test files are like 500 lines long of pretty repetitive shit. Can't really. There's no room for it to fuck up. But then I was like done with my tests, which I like using it for tests. I think that's where that's different these days. I think I really don't. It wasn't there last year, but yeah, it can be useful. Yeah, but I think the big asterisk on a lot of what it does. But I'm 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 kind of tempted to try it out for some game dev too, because I see people like just kind of ripping it with game dev in there. Maybe that's not great. But we're gonna try to fix this manually. Yeah, I don't know. Is it overblown? Because every once in a while I'm just like, okay, well now we're spending all this money and we're getting all these results from these guys who really know how to use it. Yeah, I think like 1.25 is a really true kind of estimate, but this guy was like 3 or 5, but then again, he doesn't know what version of Sonnet. But some people are like these super power users of it, and I don't really understand what they're doing. They seem to just be creating AI tools and not actually shipping shit. Because we have some AI super users at our company, and the only thing they seem to be doing is playing with it and making like weird fucking like, oh, this one is a bot that or an MCP server that does a Jira skill or da 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 da, and it's like all of this cruft is like none of this is related to product, you know. Like that's cool and all. It's still just very toy, you know. If I quit now, it's nice and clean. So let's try that one more time. Okay. We need to add player names and stuff. Session GG. Okay. So earlier we had like a massive crash when we left. Let's leave. Still massive crash. What does this mean? Do I need to call this like clear port mapping? Yeah, I think we have some work to do in our leave server section here. Because that's the function that we're calling. What can we call to we have leave session, right? Did we do that in the menu? Player. Button leave. Tube leave. Then we use AI to help us maintain things. Yeah, I mean, it's not good at new features. Is it good at maintenance? It's definitely not good at like decent sized refactors, unless it's something like find and replace. Maybe it's okay at that. It does locate things in code pretty reliably, like some nice like prompt search engine for a big code base. I think I'm finding more use for it, but like I am still kind of afraid if they see all this cost of it and they're like, okay, well, we have this huge cost and all these guys are super empowered, maybe we can trim the fat and reduce our capital expenditure, but that means laying off. Locating code, writing documentation. It probably writes pretty good docs from code that you write. Yeah, it's really good at just like being verbose as fuck. So it likes to be reverse. Yeah, tests and like I said, yeah, exactly. Tests has always been like a chore to me. Like some people do TDD and they're like, oh, you have to design the tests first, and they perfectly represent the you know, I've never encountered a user feature or a like a set of requirements that were accurate enough so that I could write 100 tests to completely cover the surface area. Yeah, we're still writing React. React's kind of I don't write React anymore, but it's still around. It's still there. AI does know React, and actually, it does pretty poor React. I heard that it does really. React is full of foot guns, so combine that with non-determinism and just aggressive like set state and all this stuff, it'll really fuck you up. So when we tube client leave session, is that like a async or anything? Session left, terminate session. This should work. Clear port mapping is called. Perfect. It's not React, it's more of a, do we really need the hyper hour engine? Yeah, power space for 5 monthly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my stuff is in like a static site generator, right? So I'm like, no. But if you're making a dashboard type app, maybe. Lots of interactivity, but static sites, like people will use. Yeah, and I think you're the person who was like talking about the data X, the HTML focused, right? Data. What was it called? Yeah, it's right here. Data Star. Yeah, HTMX. I react to it. Yeah, I'm really interested to try this out. I'm actually even really interested in designing an application in Godot, because you can get the binary size pretty small if you like strip out the 3D engine and compile it custom, stuff like that. Yeah, you can get linked. I mean, except you. I don't click all links, but yeah, you can send me whatever you want. Clojure collaborative web apps. I have to go to the Twitch site to go get that though. Or no, yeah, I do. Because I am a little bit of a different setup. Says what did I do here? Dark mode off, please. How did this game of life come up? Oh, it was, you know what's funny is the data star had this linked. I believe I went here and I thought I saw that. Yeah, right here. Data star is exactly like React, except without the network, virtual DOM hooks, or JavaScript. Oh, and you get multiplayer real time for free. Data eventually you can use in the background. Data star solve front end. I can get back to solve business problems. There you go, Anders. Game of life multiplayer. Broadly compressed hypermedia framework. Oh, cool. Very cool. Oh yeah, bubble app. Yeah. Pathway to power is considered unnatural. Yeah, I love this. View equals F state. In fact, I gave a few talks like early in the days when Angular was the competing framework. React kind of actually view as a function of your state. Yeah, this is nice. There you go. This is a nice views on the client. That's kind of what you want. State always on the server. No XSS here. Interesting. Another framework. This is the Clojure code, right? Yeah, that's just their background. Yeah, you could do this in Bun. I would probably pick Bun. Bun has been impressive to me. That's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, determinism is really easy when you have like one thing in a. Yeah, that Jared guy who built Bun, he's a whew. And I do believe they got bought by Anthropic. Like, talk about a whew. I mean, it's cool to see someone who really believes in something, really built it. And I remember, is it working for me? Oh, it is. It's just a slight server delay. It's got to do a round trip. I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm not I'm not winning yet. Um, that's cool. That's cool. I wasn't sure if it's working because he needs to have a client side um, click as well. Just a little one. Obviously, it's a lot simpler without client side, but I'm used to games where they're responsive. Yeah, and like this every 200 millisecond. Okay, so that also explains. Well, why is that? Like, seems like it's a good fit. Nice demo. You could also do like a painting app where you're just, painting these. Like a shared canvas. A lot of people do that. I've never built a game of life algo or anything like that. I think it's best for the boring. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to build some boring line of business app. That's what I used to do at a bank. That's what I do on my day job. I think this would be really interesting. The part that I'm unsure about is the HTMX part. Um, it's just better. But that's what we've always wanted. It's just a way to enhance the browser and fill the gaps. And then because the browser web standards move so slowly, especially in the early days, that's why all these people were like, "Oh, another framework." It's like, yeah, we're all trying to make the platform advance the platform, and then finally the platform gets advanced. So I don't know about the HTMX side. And it's not like I don't know. I'm not going to trash other languages or choices, but not like there's a lack of frameworks in other parts. And UI and web tech is like, it's not a solved problem. Because, like, we just started a new thing to revisit our forms. Imagine that. HTML element forms, filling out forms, and all the permutations of that. Imagine we need to handle this error. That's not going to be fun. So, are we going to get HTML forms done right this time? Well, I used an old one, the FormX. It's not even around anymore. Formic, maybe. I've used this. Redux form. We're going to do it again, baby. We're going to do it again. Because there's so many different variables when it comes to inputs and errors and conditional logic. Here we go. I was like, it was like the Dr. Manhattan moon meme. It's 2026. I'm doing forms. I mean, it's 2010. I'm doing forms. I sent this to the group. It's 2012. I tried to pick like the big step ups. I was like, 2008, 2010, 2012, 2016. And then I jumped ahead a little bit, like 2020. It's 2026. I'm doing forms. The thing I hate about the web is machine learned algorithms constantly trying to optimize for your attention and the content I was making. That is interesting. It's only going to get worse because now everyone's going to get their own personalized AI model content. And algorithms definitely have more control over our lives than we ever thought. They even swung an election. Thanks, Zuckerberg. I mean, I think it's all really rooted in advertising. Advertising and marketing are about getting you to do something that you don't want to do. Would you ever been recommended such quality smart fridges otherwise? Yeah. Yeah, time to start reading more books. Yeah. I mean, your attention span is tough. I never do things I don't want to do. I think you're alone in that. We got like full autonomous agent with free will. Yes. That's what they want you to think. I'm going to try leave. I think what's happening. What about this? What if we don't call leave server on leave tree? What if we do just this? I am in total control. Wow. No mood swings, sleepless nights. Yeah. I've had a little bit of a sleepless night, and like sleep is everything's easier with sleep. I'm trying to get off like social media or just like sitting there and scrolling. That's such a terrible habit. It's just scrolling. All right. So now he left no, he did not leave successfully. Well, these might actually be okay errors. Couldn't delete port mapping. He didn't crash. Joking, Yeah, I mean, it's all good. Do we have now we're going to get philosophical. Do we even have free will? Um I mean, on a molecular level, no, because if you think about like the deterministic forces of physics and electrons firing, you only have one outcome possible because the rules of the universe have set it in motion. Your DNA and chemical processes can only have one outcome given a deterministic set of inputs. You have no free will in that sense. It's a very cold interpretation, but I think you do. I think you have like the ability to um imagine free will. It's advocacy for freeing Will Smith from societal. Are you, why is Will Smith being brought into this? Like, is it from some pop culture reference? And I don't know exactly. Oh, because it's a play on words. Fuck. Free will. Fuck. I did pick it up. I have lost a little bit of sleep, so I wasn't quite with you there, but I got you in a minute. Add the inflection to imply prior knowledge. This is when I thought I would doing Q&A, I thought I would doing more like team dev Q&A, but I gotta open up the chat so I can keep track of y'all. Y'all wild. It's fun though. Yeah, I don't actually know either. I feel like there's some potential to understand it. I'm not an expert. I gave up my philosophy career a long time ago. Free will. Besides freeing Will Smith from jail in a movie, No, I don't think so. You're just a set of weights and biases. What can we do to fix this? That's the funny part, is that people are like, oh, we're all just in a big AI simulation. This is just, and it's so fucking ironic because every time humans invent a new technology, they immediately ascribe the universe to that. It's like, wow, we've just created this mechanical timekeeping device called a clock, and it's this mechanical wonder. The universe must be a clock, the gears set in motion by God. It's like, yeah, okay. And there are several other such cases. NFTs were little non-fungible. I think we're non-fungible in a sense. You know, there's never going to be two of you, ever. You can't step in the same river twice. This is really troubling. Oh, maybe because I did this. Let's try this again. Oh, I need this session. Later, Tofu. It's been good chatting. See ya. See ya. Have a good evening. Take it easy. Don't think too hard. Okay, let's leave. Perfect. No, it's still not perfect. I don't like to say perfect before I get a... Couldn't delete. It's still doing this, but it's not... Okay. Okay. I think this is just the source of all of the issues. So if we can just not port map ever. Here we go. I like this one. Let's disconnect this one. Because this should... Ah, task IDs? Yeah, let's just get rid of that too. Yeah, okay. That's good. Let's check that out. Okay, now we undo what we did here. This is all fine. That'll work. Perfect. Just leave server. We'll get this right. All right. Ten. All right, see what happens when we lose this guy over here, though. I don't expect this to work. Yeah. That's good, though. That's perfect. We got kicked back. All right. That's really nice. That's really nice. But the question is, we still have these running. What if we create a new one? Is it that resilient? Hell fucking yeah. I think we fixed it. Yeah, that's all good. This is looking really nice. Awesome. That is a good job well done here. We could just do tube client if tube client leave session, right? I think it's probably better just to do that. Oh, I didn't do tube leave. Just tube leave session. I think I'm gonna get on the treadmill, guys. All right, and now when this guy leaves, go. All right, so the treadmill is going to make me very tired, which is what I want. Happy, happy, happy.
Oh, that's right. Dota MM is not better than most games. Is that even true? I feel like, dude, seasonal matchmaking is so much of a stronger concept that's tried and tested over many different games. Like, the reason that every game follows a seasonal reset is because it's also easy for the game developer to patch the game. It's easy to release things like battle passes. It's easy to kind of have people have a cycle, like plan out a cycle. I think like Dota's system is trash. I'm the reason I lost the game, bro. I
Gotta get on this treadmill. Okay, here we go. Come on, get it going. Come on, come on. Room is so messy. Why am I like this? Okay. I need to rearrange this room. Get my shoes. I'll be right back. We'll start up again. Let's music. Better, baby, better. Okay, maybe I can handle that. Why not take it further? Oh, I fixed it. Yes, I'm the best to ever do it. Can I do this? Does that work? I'm a genius. Oh, I need the vine like sound like boom. Oh. Ah. Singing to an empty chair. Hey, Drew. What's up, Michael Antigua? How are you? Hope you're doing good. I am doing well. How about yourself? Hope you're doing well. We're just doing a little treadmill time here. Working on this little game. We want to not collect events on the menu. When we click and we have this little tiny user interface, it's very small, but there's like this little map here, and I'm gonna click this button. If I click this little button up here in the top left corner, that's a copy button, and then I can copy and paste that in here and join. We made it in. This is our basic multiplayer template. So I just want to disable shooting balls so that when you have the menu open, you can't shoot. And I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. There is a possibility that mouse... Let's just Google it. Godot prevent click canvas layer control when menu. I don't know. It's a good one. If any of them are set to stop, they will eat the mouse event. The AI has a good idea here to adjust the layer order. Put that up top. I have stop on all of these. This is full rect. Oh, so that input filter here. The other option is that this might be good too. It's just to have like an immobile setting. You can set that like that. I feel like we could greatly simplify this function. This could take a boolean. And so the way I would do this is we just pass it visible. And the reason why I want to do it this way is so that I could just pass in our immobile variable. Huh? Ah, that's funny. We use the same thing. Okay. So now when I bring up the menu, I'm not processing any events. I can still move, though. There, now I shouldn't be able to move. Okay, the problem is, I think I had to move. Always need to allow this one at the top. Okay, so this is getting a little complicated. Alright. There we go. We've done it. We still have a little bit of issue when we leave the... But now when I click like this, we no longer fire that ball. I think there's still a better way to do all this. I'm trying to think about. That's a good question. We're having a nice time. I fell while eating a cashew. Let's go ahead and save. Bum, bum, bum.
Today's gonna change my life. What's for breakfast? Jesus Christ, poking the bear one night at a time. Berries dropping from the sky. Guess it's time to make a pie, making our own good luck. Now there's a penny in the lake, but it's not what I thought. It's just someone's wish they forgot. There's a penny in the lake, but it's not what I thought. It's just someone's wish they forgot. Motorbike is running fine. Whiskey in the summertime. The bugs are writing books with their eyes. Big old dancer cuts a rug. Subs her toe on a slug. It's your classic slip and slide down. There's a penny in the lake, but it's not what I thought. It's just someone's wish they forgot. There's a penny in the lake, but it's not what I thought. It's just someone's wish they forgot. Peace and love to drive my car. Baby, you're my Ringo Starr. Twisting the radio.
This is kind of crazy, but
Too far. Scurry by the chain link fence. To travel by coincidence. Or you'll never see me again. No, there's a penny in the lake, but it's not
we call
what
leave
I
server.
It's just
I should handle everything
wish
on our
they
end.
forgot. There's a penny in the
Let's test again.
lake, but it's not what I thought. It's just someone's wish they forgot.
Fuck. Meh. So why is it when I
Well, a strange
leave,
kind of love's come over me.
delete
I don't
corp
exactly
mapping?
know what it should be, but I'll
You.
chase away all the negative thoughts. 'Cause a strange love's come over me. Yeah, a strange love's come over me. Well, a strange kind of love's come over me.
A lot of call deferred here. I don't like it.
Know how it feels so free, but that's okay, 'cause we're moving now. Strange love is what I found.
I don't
Yeah,
like it.
a strange love is what I found.
That's what we're gonna try. This line is essential.
Now it's 2:30 in the morning. I don't think I'll be sleeping in, 'cause I'm wide awake and my mind's on fire. It's strange love in the middle of the night. Yeah, a strange love in the middle of the night. Well, giving up is hard to do when I see your face inside me too. So I take a swig and roll the dice. It's a strange love, gotta hold on tight. Yeah, a strange love, hold on for dear life. Yeah, a strange love, gotta hold on tight.
This is what we want. Perfect. Okay. So what if we, on the network,
Oh, what the world we live in, I don't know if it's gonna last. You look at the sky with its big blue eyes, you blink now, it's overcast. Living in the world so mad,
how do we say failed?
living in the world so fast.
How do we say failed?
So madly,
Terminate session.
nothing's gonna last.
We raise an error. Session left. That's not what we want. Terminate session.
Where does all the pain go when nothing is good?
Create session. It returns void.
Like a red balloon
Now tell me about failing of the session. Terminate.
that's all is now. So madly,
What are we supposed to do here?
so fast.
We never get up here. But we want... Oh, here it is. Terminate signaling. No. That's not what we want. Terminate session. Let's see in their examples. They've got examples. That's what we want. Tube client. Yeah. Here we are. How do they join? That's cool. They have an error handling thing. Error raised. There it is. Leave server. I like that one. Let's try that. Baby girls. Quit. So if I just hit join, didn't work. Because we don't have any. Let's try funk reload scene. We'll print. They didn't do that. I don't think we have the right place. We just like throw so hard. Peer refused? It's right there. It's just right there. None of this should matter, right? If we can get this to fire, that would be fab. Here's the other thing we can do is we could just do all this manually, which is not the fun way. How do we... Well, he is the server, of course. This implementation assumes there's a dedicated server versus P2P. It is P2P, full P2P, no server required. It does NAT punch through. It's on WebRTC. It's a really cool implementation. You've been seeing this demoed as you watch. No server. The first part of the video, so I'm making a 3-part series. The first part, which is just published on my YouTube channel, goes through creating one with a dedicated server. Now, I'm making part 2, and I'm gonna get it all right before I try to film it. But that's what I'm doing right now. Is we're gonna convert that dedicated server to a peer-to-peer, and the goal is gonna be to distribute it to your friends so that you can play anywhere, anytime. You will be able to ship this game to a friend, have it open, and join you. It's that simple. No ports, no servers. Follow my guide, it will work. I promise you. I'm just looking for a good signal here. It's amazing, super needed. How come it doesn't exist already? It's gonna exist in a week, 1 week. I'm gonna release it on Friday, or maybe even earlier if I feel good about it. But it doesn't exist already because you have to put all the pieces together, and you have to know enough about all this and be determined enough to get through it. Because none of this stuff that you see me build is very simple, and I'm just really, really excited because it's going to enable a lot of really fun stuff. And I did want to look and talk about, and I will in this tutorial, that there's an incredible project out there I saw a couple months ago, and I didn't get to look at it yet, but it's called Tube. And Tube is a peer-to-peer WebRTC over the internet, and I do that. My system uses a lobby system. It can also do a lobby code, but this will allow much more lightweight. It's just a little bit better than what I was able to make. So I'm switching all my stuff to use this. And they have some suggested sun turn trackers, so this is pretty smart. I wouldn't have thought to use these announce. These are free on top of anything, but just works better than what I do. It's the same stuff though. That's why I'm already almost done with it. I'm just kind of working on the kinks, just kind of figuring out, okay, what's the easiest way for someone to get this done? And the easiest way is to add this world after you're finished joining. So we do want to add the world, but only when we have a network prepared. So where is that? Like, my understanding of I just don't see it. I need the signals. So here are the methods. Here are the signals. Connection failed. Connected to server. Only emitted on clients is my problem. I need one. We have to use peer connected. What if your lobby is already your world? Can you do that? Yeah, you could do that. The way I've structured it is kind of nice, but this is what we're gonna do. It's here. I didn't want to have to use this one, but these signals are so important to understand. So we have connected to server, but that's not working for our host player because now our host player is on the server, and it says it's only emitted on non-server. It says connected to server won't work because that'll work for all the joining people when the emitted when this server only emitted on clients. It makes sense. I like that, but we have to use peer connected. Now, that's anybody, everyone. So what we have to do is now add world with a peer ID, because this is going to be a peer ID, and say if peer ID equal 1. So only do this if you are the server peer. Didn't work still. What do we think? Is there no signal for the creation of the session? Yeah, yeah, let's look. So we have this tube going, so let's look at tube client. Tube client does a good job of having some docs at the top of the session created. Is that it? Joined. That's good. Peer connected is the same thing. Peer disconnected. Peer stabilized? Unstabilized. No, we don't need that. So session created, session joined. So we could do that. Let's try that. Good suggestion. This is a special tube. So tube client. Session created. And that would make it so we don't have to worry about the ID thing. Because it's only going to happen once, this create signal. Signals are so useful, but if this works, this will be great, because this is an awesome suggestion. So let's see. So the goal here is to say connect, yeah, of course. But when I press that button, we need to make a platform. So this is the create session button. Boom! Hell yeah. Alright, this is the server. He's ready to go. He's a peer-to-peer server. He's both a server and a player host, client, right? And then when I join this, I have to press tab, get the copy, and well done, Michael. Thank you for that suggestion. Now this other signal will fire. Hell yeah. Okay, so he's pretty close. Let's see. Something's a little odd with this guy. I think there might be too many of him or something. Let's see, what did the debugger say? Weird. I'm sure. I don't know. I think a computer science degree is valuable. You get to learn all about how one of the most important things in the world works. But yeah, I mean, I can understand if it's tough to get a job these days, or you're not meaningless. There's no problem with that. Computing and programming gives me a lot of like intrinsic joy. I hope it brings you some decent happiness. And I like sharing stuff with people and doing this socially. Okay. So I think there was like a little bit of a something there where that player, I don't know why, but all right, so now I can leave and then I can rejoin. Drop in, drop out is really important to me, to have people joining in session. And then if the server leaves, they both go away. There's something wrong with the spawner though. Your job doesn't involve software engineering? It might, if you want to. I mean, it's a decent career, even with the whole, you know, AI shit. There's so close. We're so close here. We do have a couple more things to figure out. Oh. If I leave, rejoin. Good. It's holding. It's holding. Good patterns. Bye. Create a new session over here. Yeah. We should make a ball pit. I'll do that after the tutorial. We get a bunch of errors sometimes, but I think it's okay. The other bonus thing is we're getting some exercise on the silly treadmill. Trying our best. Look at our diff real quick. Yes, good question. Good question. So, the key piece of technology here is, let's see here. It's WebRTC. And WebRTC is a very special circumstance. So, we have a traditional server client set up here where we have a server and the client connects to it, and this has an IP address that you're used to. This is the eNet multiplayer peer. This is almost everything out there, and all peer-to-peer is basically the same thing, except instead of the client, one of the clients is actually on the same machine as the server. That's literally the only difference between dedicated server and peer-to-peer. So we have, you know, Dave and Julie, and we don't have this person. These two people want to play together. They can either connect to a server in the cloud, or one of them can add a server that runs alongside them without a person on it. Let's get my icon here. This might be useful later. And that's your peer-to-peer typical connection. And what happens is Steam will have another server that relays information between them. Actually, that's more common. Actually, it's like Steam will be a relay where they're just like swapping traffic through the server and nothing else. But the processing is all happening on the same machine. Now, all that goes out the window with WebRTC. Yes, because neither player in this Steam intermediary has to give any information about each other to... Dave doesn't have to tell Julie anything. All they do is just send their packets up to Steam, and then Steam sends them to each other. So while it looks like it's P2P, it's not really a direct P2P connection. Now, WebRTC is a completely different paradigm, and it's what's used for Zoom or Google Meet or other like real-time communications things, music. So a lot of times it's video that they send over the bits, but it is built into the browser by default. And basically what it'll do is it will establish a series of handshakes and go right through your ISP. Web, RTC. I should have a better research for this. You can look at some of the stuff. It's an open standard. So this is how it works. This is perfect. I had this before. Which browser if the game is running standalone? So the game will run. It can run like basically if I open up Google Meet on my Gmail, or I go to Zoom and I have a video chat. It's doing this signaling. It's doing. Peer A wants to connect to Peer B with an offer. Peer B agrees to that offer and sends an answer, and then the answer goes in here. And then we have what's called ICE candidates are sent back. We're like, okay, I agree with you, and I think the best path to reach you is here. And they just establish a direct media connection through its own NAT traversal system that's already built, it's already open source, it's already in all browsers, used by thousands of products, real-time products. A media server can be a centralized hub. So yeah, I mean you can do a centralized thing too. But the great thing is that game bits and bytes are much smaller than video, so we don't have to send that much. We're just sending our inputs and a little bit of vector data, so we never have to worry about bit rate that much, as you can see on my other video about potato connections and bandwidth limits. So finally, once you do this whole process of negotiating A, B, C, D, you have a direct peer-to-peer exchange through the ISPs. And Chrome does this, Firefox does this. And if I sent you this prototype we have, it would do that. And the best way to actually show you how this works is actually in my other project. Yeah, so the session ID is a whole thing, but what it comes down to is that before these peers can agree to swap, they have to meet in the middle somewhere at some address, like johnandrewdavis.com, or I have a TypeScript server that has a lobby where you agree. You guys connect to this TypeScript server. So this is so this one has a dedicated server right now, but if I remove these flags, we'll see the old, I think you've seen it before, the lobby system. And so this is the signaling server. When we connect, it's doing WebSockets and basic text app. Now that I see you, we can kick off a bunch of packet exchange. I'll show you the exact code. So there are all the ICE servers. We create a new peer connection with our ICE servers. But first we have to offer it created, we send our offer, we send an answer, we do all of this data, and then finally we can then listen to each other and We keep trying. If we fail, it's awful. It's very hard. The way the code base thing works is kind of the similar. There's someone sitting there, and then I see a code come in, and I try to match them up, and they start working together. The tube system is pretty cool because what it does is it advertises your tracking URLs. It uses a tracking URL like BitTorrent to say, here's a lobby with this code. And that's now the centerpiece where they go to connect. And once they connect, it drops you from the tracker and doesn't even need you anymore. It shuts it down. Oh, there's another way I can actually show this. Do I have the debug in here? But so in the parse packet, all right, watch these packets. Bunch of JSON. This is what establishes a connection. We'll get a third guy in there, why not? Look at all that. So these are our addresses. They're not IPs. These are what we think is the best way to do NAT traversal from where I am to where you are. And I've tested this to Australia. I've tested it to the UK. It works great. So I wrote all this stuff. Tubi is also doing that, but slightly better. And I'll show you, I'll prove to you that they do it better. What's up, PC head? We're just talking about the WebRTC technology. Watch this. That's right. There's a middle ground server, but the cool thing is that all the server has to do is exchange just those packets you saw, and then you're off to the races. You're full P2P. That's different than Steam sitting there the whole time, and if Steam goes down or your relay server goes down, you go down because you have to have this. So basically the signaling server works like this, where we say, can I make this smaller? Cannot. Really? Okay. They say, in a relay thing, we constantly send data back and forth through this Steam. But with this lightweight WebRTC, we just need a tiny little box, like the smallest little thing to say, here's a room code, you know, or here's a lobby. And that's what the room codes really are, is just a lobby. And then once we do this process where we say, I want to join, and this guy says, I want to join, they swap offer, answer, candidate, and they say, okay, that looks good. And then all that cleans up, and you're then direct to the other peer across the transatlantic ocean. And then this is maintained forever. Until you drop. Until the app cleans up. That's WebRTC, yeah. No signaling, no relay. I mean, sorry, I misspoke. No. So watch this. This is WebRTC in action. And this add-on is so good. Look at this. So in my implementation, I manage it all manually, but I found this system, which is better. So I can create any session code I want. I'm using my own middle ground that I wrote in TypeScript. It's called WebRTC P2P. I was writing this at the same time they were writing theirs, so everyone's arriving at this solution at the same time. Mine is extremely involved and not as good, so I'm switching. I'm tired of it. So I literally create the IDs myself, make a fetch request, do server, lobby, async. Look at all these comments in here. I wrote all this by hand, not even AI. I swear to God, I don't use it for that. I don't think it would have worked. But there's so much like lobby pushing new players in, so you see that. But this one does all that for free. So let's look at it. Let's create a server. Can I make one like that? I think because this one does not have a 2B connection set up, what we have to do is we have to create a new 2B. Watch this. Return. I think we can do just like this. Yeah. Let's do that. And then now if I launch this and show. Just assign the client. I know this is going to work. Boom. Alright, so I've got this on top of my game. And now when I create this, like, I think I just say create. Boom. Everything's online. So BitTorrent has listed my my code right there. And it is so cool because it shows you all these like debugs, sessions, tracker files. Look at that. Okay. Now this is the server. So when I go to a join, you can see the whole thing again, but we go to the tracker and then we're connected. We instantly shut that tracker down. We no longer need it. We're connected. We have one peers. Look, go there it goes. Look at it. And I can even see the latency. Oh, that's super fucking cool. Look at that. Look how well they did this. They did better than me. Okay, but I could get all this data out of there if I knew what I was doing, but I don't know as good as them. Okay, but here's the other thing. Chat. We have chat in here. I've got chat too, but they've got it. So yeah, go use Tube. Check it out. Punch through. This is the punch through solution of the future. My middle ground is all in Cloudflare and it's actual infrastructure. And in the new video, I'm going to cover all this stuff. It's basically a place to put your lobby code. So you have to have a place to list these lobby codes. And that's what those that's what it does. It stores them on a little tiny BitTorrent thingy. But it only uses it for a half a second, like a little bit of data, just like a tiny bit, just a bit. And it's very smart, clever. I would have never thought to use BitTorrent for something like that. What is BitTorrent in general? I think BitTorrent's like a gossip protocol where it just throws out data. And everyone agrees to share that. Whoever is participating in the network can share that data out. And so it's just a bunch of generous people running open ports on their own machines out there in the global world. And everyone can update to it and see it because they're just donating a little bit of their bandwidth, a little bit of their ports, a little bit of their machine space. That's it. It's free. It's like a big happy group hug. And that's why they use it for pirating. Yeah, BitTorrent's been around forever. There are some like newer BitTorrent type things like Drassel. Yeah, I mean, it's not, yeah, like back in the day you could BitTorrent and like just open up people's files on their PC. They would just let you do that. There's nothing closed. People didn't know anything. It was a wild world. If you're just literally browsing people's like Flash music folder or LimeWire or whatever or Napster, and I didn't really think about it that hard, but I was like, oh yeah, this guy's got a bunch of documents in here. That sucks. I want this Beatles album. And so I'd pick it up. That's file share, but BitTorrent is seeding. It's kind of similar. Where you take a document, like a piece of music, and you split it up into tiny pieces and distribute it. The tracker is a centralized location, yeah. You always have to have like a centralized location or else nobody would know. With that said, I wonder about Yggdrasil. This is the other futuristic thing. I don't know about that. I should learn more about this stuff. Oh, I'm so tired. This is good. I'm getting so much walking done.
Let's go back to Wolfpen long before I pulled away.
Now here's the other question, like,
Construction
did my
open house on Sunday. We were dreaming of the kitchen that would surely go right there. Deep breaths full of sawdust. We'd laugh and climb the stairs, yeah. Lasagna's in the oven. It's another Christmas Eve. You and I would go and hide until it came time to eat. I was feeling so important.
That's right.
As you said I understood. You'd fall asleep to the TV. I tried, but I never could. Well, there's a lot that I would like to say to you. I just want you to know the truth. Endless nights of mystery while sitting on the couch, watching Antiques Roadshow.
I'm gonna send this guy a message, make sure he's cool with me using it. Do, 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 do. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing on our stamina? Poor. How do we reason about that? This is tough. I'm in a rough way. So what now? I was doing a little stuff in the background there, some secret stuff. So I hid my whole screen. I mean, we're close. We're almost done. I was gonna test my my old system. I was just gonna see if the old system still worked. Because I think it's very reliable and I want to see how reliable. There's the server. The add world did not work. Because we no longer. That connected to server. How about that? It's pretty funny watching that guy get dropped in there. You bastard, get you out of here. I hate you. Nah, he clipped into the back rooms. He clipped. There's so much potential to do cool art and good. I'm not very good at art. So why is he here? What are you? What are you? I can't see. Wow, I can collide with it. Ugh. Ugh. And if you want this project, you can make it. It's my new tutorial. Or you could just GitHub clone it and learn from it. I know you're making a 2D game, so there's a lot to learn there. I made a 2D game first a long time ago. Oh, you know, and that's another thing I need to do is make like a show reel of all my old games, all my shitty old games that suck. What are we doing? What do you think that guy's there for? How did he get there? I think it's this. See, he's gone. No, he's still there. Oh, is. Gotta say, is a multiplayer up here. Now he'll be gone. I'm alone. I'm alone, finally. No, he's gone. I can teleport by leaving the game and rejoining because my system is so robust. There are never any errors in my console. We don't tolerate errors in our console. We don't allow warnings in our console. It's called the broken window theory. You see something, fix it. Don't leave it for later because you'll get confused. No bugs. Don't leave broken windows. Bad designs, wrong decision, report code. Each under repair, each fix one as soon as it is discovered. It's very hard to do because you want to go do new stuff. You want to iterate, and that's fine if you're going to throw away the project. But on a longer-term project, comment it out or display not implemented, dummy data. Just kind of keep it clean so you can only work on one thing at a time. You never know which error is the one that you're working on. It's okay if you don't like plan to work on a game a long time. It's good to just make a prototype, throw it out there, have it be messy. That's good for a while. Seems to work now.
Was he conscious as a man? He softly says to me, I'll vanish when you need me to. I'll hold you in your sleep. And as I take his hand,
Yeah, that's a
I
problem.
know just where I am.
We have a
My
problem.
sleeping eyes, they open
Those annoying bugs are bugs that happen after you do
upstairs
something stupid you don't understand.
And it's just one
Yeah, I mean,
of
that's the
those
definition of a
things,
bug.
you know,
I don't allow
take
bugs.
control.
I just
When
don't. I just
lost it in a dream,
I've had enough bugs in my day that I no longer tolerate. Obviously, that's not realistic. Let's be serious. Alright, so what happens when this player rejoins is he probably drops in a brand new world.
Take you back, the
Oops.
moon that shines, it's talking smack to me.
So now we're getting an error. So let's go over here into our remote debugger. You can use this tab on the left to see what's going on in each one of these games. You can dig in. There's a player. There's a world. Now I'll go to the debugger. So what's going on here? Why is there two multiplayer spawners or cached object 2? This is interesting. What is all that mean? On spawner soup. What about the other one? Only one world here.
He softly says to me, I'll be there when you need me to.
I gotta figure out what the best way to add these worlds is.
Every last impression I had before I turned away was feeling so damn comfortable, even though I couldn't stay.
So I don't want this join session to be a problem. How do you think they handle it with their inspector? What do you guys think? When you hit this button that just says join. It just sits there, huh? Figures out, huh?
Young boy pouring that gas. You don't know what he's thinking. Looking at his hands. We gotta burn it down. We gotta burn it down.
I want to think about this. I'm just really using this time to think. There's another programming principle called hammock driven development. And this is just like taking a moment. There's an old. Hello, Rationite. Boy, we're cooking up some fun stuff. Huh? Oh shit, I'm gonna get copyright. Had that on so long. Let me just turn it down. Okay, I gotta split these. I can actually play music if I split them into different audio devices, right? Like, but sometimes when I have the screen share on, it'll also bring up the music, especially if I don't pay attention to my yeah, no big deal, no big deal. We're not worried about the copyright shit. It'll just unlist my video. Back to the topic. We're here doing part 2. We are really excited about this potential, because we're gonna be able to have somebody ship this game to their friend. It's gonna work immediately. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute the music. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. I don't know how I did that. I did it in one day. It took only like 5 hours. I was like, huh, there's only a couple of things to edit here. I just went to end, and maybe it took like 7 hours. I'll be like, my other videos took like 4 times longer. Maybe I don't know. I just kind of got in the flow there. I was pretty lucky. I think what made the difference is that I had a planned, I implemented the project beforehand, and then I had it over to my left. And I wasn't sure how that was going to work, because would it be too obvious that I'm like essentially looking at another project, or especially the scripts. And it was when I was working through like this long network script. But I don't think it really takes away from it to have a plan and have this pre-implemented thing, because I'm implementing it, you're implementing it, I've implemented it already. I kind of know what I'm doing, so I can YOLO at least 50% of it. And then when I need to look at like a player's script and it says degrees to rad degrees, you know, I'm like, it's kind of reading off like this is fine. So it worked well. I think the format's very good, so I'm going to continue. But the most exciting thing is it'll be P2P by default. We have this really cool thing we're testing out called Tubi, or Tube, just Tube. And you can create these sessions and you can join them, and it just maps it all for you. It's a much better implementation than So we're trying to figure out how to handle errors. The way they handle errors is they just clear it out and they don't do anything. The way I need to handle errors is not do anything. If you put in nonsense, So I'm doing a little bit of hammock-driven development where I'm. It's old talk. I'm gonna at least take 5 minutes here. I did. I skimmed it. I have not watched it all the way end to end. I definitely get the idea. I'm definitely in that that mode, because one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a component-based thing. Because I watched a video about class inheritance and the difference between this is a something versus this has a something. And this is just better because I've been doing this for a while. Where I have like a new node health component, you know. I had this like script, and I've been able to port this to some of my game jam games, like health component. And I just know it works. I know it has damage, max health, min health, da 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 da. And so this has health, movement, attacking, and then that's much better than this is an entity that is going to be a silly. Is a goat. Is a ghost. I like this much better. This has all these things. And one of the things I'm going to do is the pickup has a pickup component. And that's going to allow us to make a really simple co-op game. I'm just trying to think here. How are we going to do this without changing all of our code? What if? Thinking of making a gym for my game. Yeah, so PC Head has seen the same video. I think it's good that... Here's the real truth, Andrew or Ratch. This... I don't have any fucking ideas. I don't have a goddamn game idea. I need an idea guy. Where's my idea guy? You know, you feel like there's a lot of them out there. And I tell you, do I have ideas? I have these old docs, like game design, RFDs. Like I have docs on docs. Incremental game, human farmer. Manage the humors, vitamins, nutrient levels. Start with one human, it expands. What are they for? You only see the treatment. Doctors say it's like a hospital. Survival, cooperation, canceled. Potion seller game, plants and potion seller. Frostpunk game, you've seen that one. Carry the oil rig, weapons manager. I just wish I had like a really good idea. You got a medieval trading card game, like Dark Souls / Pokemon trading card game, where your cards are magic and you can refine them into different things. I've always got a dream game, it's impossible. Ooh, I missed. Brackies is 15th of February, not sure I'll join, judging how many projects I have to do for college. Yeah, it's hard to, everyone's got those real life things. My dream game is Valheim. It's just not possible. Morrowind. I thought about there's some inverse kinematics now. That was the other thing I wanted to play with. And I think this video is a good one. This guy has good tutorials. Yeah, I think towards the end he does the first person. Where's the first person sword? Okay, no, this is. He's got a two bone one. Let's see the two bone. Sheesh. There's a couple of yeah. Pretty sure the sword is in here somewhere. Heisting game, rhythm game. I worked on a rhythm game for a while. Rhythm game's cool, yeah. That's a niche. Like, people love those. I'm working on a networking. We were just talking about different game ideas, but right now I am building a tutorial. I am not building towards a game because I don't have any ideas. I'm out of ideas. I was hoping to make a cooperative, like, quote unquote, friend slop game, like Peak or RV There Yet. But I just couldn't find anything that I felt was compelling, a good theme, good characters. But what is cool is that we have these connections to server already. Yeah, shoot me a game idea anytime. The other thing I need is an artist. A 3D artist is tough to come by. See if we can create this session. So now we have a session code here, XBGYF. I copied it, I pasted here. Here comes the user. And we can spawn balls on either one of these. He can look around. So this is a true peer-to-peer WebRTC connection. It is through your ISP, direct UDP packets, no TCP, no handshake. The handshakes are done. We are connected fully. And so you can distribute this with a code to a friend. It works in web, it works on mobile. Can't say enough good things about this system. It's gonna be really fun to get this in. The issue we're working through right now, and the way I was thinking about this really critically, is like something is going terribly wrong when we leave. I can come back. And when we come back, we have 67 errors in our debug, and I do not allow that. I'll support my game to Android as well. Yeah, you can do that. I think Android and mobile are... That is right. So in my latest YouTube video, should be linked somewhere. I think it's the same name as my Twitch. I talk about client authority, and I kind of go over why we want to use client authority for a casual or a co-op game, because we just let the players control themselves directly. Oh no! What happened? Oh, the errors. Yeah, that's what you were reacting to. I agree with you. I don't allow console errors. This is inappropriate. So there are two ways we can solve this. One, we could check if there's a world already there. Or two, we can check. I think there's a issue here with our... I think I fucking nailed it. I think I got it. Here we go. Okay, so if you leave and there is a tube client, guess what? Leave session, null it out. Now, more importantly, yeah, that's definitely going to help, because network is global. And when you are working in global, we retain that reference. So we were reconnecting, we saw the behavior. So let's do another, let's test it, see if this helps. I'm trying to think about, yeah, because tube client is here. Okay, we need a new tube client. Let's try that null out. Copy that. I am aware of the debug error. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the error. So when I join once, oh, okay, it's on every join if there are balls. That's not good, but we'll fix that. So we definitely didn't fix the error, because now I'm just getting constant errors there. Ooh, baby, this is spicy now. 100 balls. No. No. Now I'm not seeing the balls on my client. Yep. Yep. So that was not the issue. The issue is what? These have been a big problem. Could be some. What I think is happening is that this tube session is created too early. So we had a user in here earlier that suggested those signals create session. I think tube session is happening before our multiplayer session is stabilized. So we wanted to like consolidate these ad worlds, and yeah, they look ugly there, but my theory now is that if I shoot some balls, we have the two errors that we know about, which are these. That doesn't matter. When I join, I should probably, hopefully, not have any ball errors, and I can shoot balls. Let's see. Boom, no ball errors. Leave, rejoin. Should have 8. Yeah, so that is just that. That's fine. We fixed the bug, and the way we fixed the bug was do not create your world until you are fully sure you are connected. And the reason why that is because our world happens to contain a multiplayer spawner with ball. So all those balls were trying to like figure out what was happening, and we basically dropped our world in too soon. So the signal we were using was a good signal. It was called tube client session created, or tube connected to server. That's not really where we are. We just want to do it right manually. And now this creates another problem, because in our world where we join, I don't want to create a world if I put in an invalid world. So what do I do now? Do I give them an option? I need a signal that's like, multiplayer is done. That is usually connected to server. It just didn't work, remember? Yeah, we could try I'm trying to do it without having to listen for the fail, because I tried listening for the fail and it didn't work either. Feels like it could work, but we need to fire a couple balls. They're gonna all error. Yeah, they all erred. That makes sense to me. That's because this is the wrong signal, but we don't have a better signal. I'm gonna try pure stabilized. This could backfire tremendously, because we could destabilize and then restabilize, and then we would be in a situation where we have multiple worlds overlapping, which is terrible, because then you'll have multiple spawners and multiple people, and that worked exactly like I thought. Never called. It was never called. What are we doing? I just don't want to just call add world, like add world. so repetitive. I want like a nice, elegant way for the tutorial for people to know that they are fully connected, ready to go. So we have session initiated emit. We need like a listener for multiplayer peer. Let's try this. Let's look. Mapped. This is not what we want. Clean peer. Peer. On peer connected. Tried that. So annoying. I don't have a good signal. I think I'm trying to do something wrong. What do we do? So really good implementation. It's got to be possible. Let's try multiplayer API. Let's explore that a little bit. Do you see anything here? This is all the same stuff. So they're all good. Notification? What does this do? That's really cool. You can listen to anything this way. Property list changed. I mean, it's just the object that I'm looking at. I'm looking at literally the highest level thing, object. It's not the highest level, but we're in the weeds here. Sometimes we get in the weeds on this channel, but we learn in the process. What are we learning? I'll be right back. I'll leave you with a cool diagram. Alrighty. Yeah, you sleep is gonna make you a better programmer for sure. So always get as much sleep as you can. In fact, I am currently lacking sleep, so I'm not gonna last too much longer. But we're here. We were digging in the weeds here. We're gonna get back to the. Sometimes why I need to just like sit down and think a little bit more on my strategy. Yeah, definitely get some sleep. Everything's easier with sleep, so I envy people who can sleep really well because I can't due to an old injury. I'm old. It's one of my downfalls. I gotta like add some more commands. It's kind of a low priority thing. Yes, exactly. Yeah, your brain is solving problems in your downtime, you unconsciously. It's absolutely true. That's why some of these people who are like hustle culture or grind, they don't see that value, but it's there. Here's the thing. Let's just stress test what we have. And if it feels good. Oh, the two sites that I use what, Tenor is one, but the other one's better is oh, Giphy. This one's better. It's nicer. Yeah, you linked me a couple. Oh man. And then I have my own Discord. I've got to get some of those sound clips because follower emotes and stuff like that, and it's all coming, baby. We're going to the moon. Let's stress test this a little. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to spawn some balls. I'm gonna leave. See ya. I'm back. That's good. We're happy to see you. How many clients can it handle? I don't know. 100? Probably 100. A 100-player matches make it feel chaotic. Yeah, you can make them really small. I want to make a 100-player game. I think I could do it. I just don't have any good ideas. Like I had a little prototype with like a little sword guy. Oh, I think I deleted it. Oh no, here it is. I was thinking like a good scope for like 100 people would just be something this like this, where you just have like one guy. The thing is that this side with 100 people's like this is easy with 100. This kind of stuff maxes out at like 25. If you do a good enough job of the networking, you might even get. I did. I think she might have been an error. Let's see. Sleepy, genius, big brain. I'm pretty sure I added her. Big brain, genius. I probably didn't. We didn't find her. I wonder why you can't post links. That's funny. I think that's the one where I go, oh no, I'm a genius. Yeah, let's just make one called math. This is it. Let's see. Do you want a better one? This is probably is this the best one? Yeah. This is just the classic, right? Confused. Confused is good. Shit pants. What the fuck is Jim the Dandy? No way. There's no way this is happening to me. Shit pants. Okay, here you go. Your command. I didn't copy the link. How's that? Okay, wait. I gotta see how if these are working. Yeah, the GTA link. Did that save? It seems like they're in there. Let's try confused. Oh yeah, that works great. I don't know what this fucking pants shitting thing is, but we'll figure it out one day. It's a mystery. Okay. That's life. What next? What were we doing? We got a little in yeah, you can DM links to me in Discord as well. Uh and I could add them that way. Delish. Good night. Yeah, I want to make a 100-player game. All right, shit. I mean, I actually feel like this is not ideal in terms of the. Oh yeah, I was gonna do naming. All right, we go out on a mining operation. Too complicated to play in chat. Yeah. Do you want to grab Discord? I mean, I think we've done that before. I'm on. I was in the live. I was live streaming earlier. Don't want to make you type, crazy love. Or yeah, I mean, we could also do a. Are we friends on Discord here? You know, just call me. Of course. Would you like to be hearable or not? You can be hearable. There's nobody here right now. Good evening. Welcome. Oh, yeah. No, it's not a happy Monday. Here, let me do one thing where I can do this as a input device. Input device. How's that? I'm ready. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Space mining. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Sure. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Blow it up. Mm-hmm. 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 And into your cart, of course. Well, yeah. I mean, where you deposit? Yeah, I thought that the carts are good. We gotta have the cart, your mine cart. Yeah, that's where you go. You bring it back with your mine cart. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. Oh okay. Oh, you can have multiple carts. Like that's why you need your friends. One for the laser. One. I can make as many as I want. One laser. And one for the gathering. And then one for the medic in case you die. What if it was the like a little medic cart and that's where you respawn? And if someone forgets to bring it along, you guys respawn really far away. Yeah. And if someone leaves it behind, it uh you spawn far away. Yeah. And then they blow up your laser. Yeah. 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 You can pick how many you can pick the cart you want at the start. Pick your cart. Everyone gets one cart. I don't know. And then maybe you don't share. But yeah, could be big cart, little cart. I don't know how that cart ended up working so well, but it works pretty good. So it'd be a shame to waste it, but it's componentized in a way where you could, yeah. And the question, so like, do I stick with the third person like character? I can add any mesh to it, but do I make it more humanistic, like a humanoid? Should it be roly poly? Yeah, the theme is a tough one. I do too. Oh, magical mining cannon. Let's write that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think destructible terrain might be too much, but we could at least like point it at something and well, you could make it look destructible with what you could do is particles. So you have particles, and then you just have like a size decrease on the object percent per hit. You know, it'll get smaller over time, right? You can fake it. As I'm saying, modifiable terrain in terms of deformation is really hard for network too. Um, but but it's but yeah, but you can have like a destructible node that the magical mining cannon is pointed at, and then what you do, like you said, is it rains the rocks down, like it explodes in a way, explodes periodically, and that's pretty convincing and gets smaller when it explodes, right? So it explodes, and then you trigger the smaller in stages. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, to remove them. They could be physics objects that are. yeah, essentially it's tough because you could do mesh deformation, you could do periodical mesh deformation, you could bake this whole thing and then, but then you need to do a lot of rebakes. Yeah, there's a couple options to achieve the gameplay goal, but the more realistic thing is that you basically uncover the thing somehow, and then it's just a big rock, you know. It's a big, beautiful rock node, and it looks like kind of, it kind of looks like this. Okay, this is a good rock. Okay, and then it has little pointy gemstones coming out of it, you know. And then once you point the laser at it, then you begin this process where it's locked in, and it's almost like killing a boss, right? And then enemies come for it or come for the laser, right? And you now to protect the enemies. And so, do you imagine that you would defend yourself with little weapons or? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little melee combat. Yeah, that's just for the template. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a pretty decent loop in terms of finding the thing, taking some risk to find it. Um, mhm. Yes, yes. Yeah, so I thought about making a game like that where you have all this crap in your way and you've got to like move it to one by one. So um there's something funny in this, and I did this in the video where the collision boxes of the rocks and the balls and stuff, you can turn those on and you can't move through them. You can't like push them around. They're too fucking heavy. So you could like literally like make these rocks like giant and such an obstacle, and you can like have to point them to um, break them down into those nice, neat sized rocks that we see that are movable and shiftable, right? So we X this and do mesh. We could do mesh deformation, and so this is a destructible object. A destructible object is infinitely easier, right? So you basically just place two of these, and so when you play Valheim, and I'll go to that, the mining in the swamp dungeon is this big like chunked sunk. Have you ever played this? Okay, so the ore and the silver mining. Valheim. Okay, I'm getting those stocks. Oh, it's so cool. But they generate these veins and then all these rocks on the ground, and it's so cool, man. Could do something like that. This is yeah. I mean, I like these type of things, so this is a great thing to think about, and um, I might do it. I'm thinking about doing it in first person, like first person melee, because these little fuckers, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of these fucking these. I think it's funny to have them bouncing around, and they work pretty good. And I worked really hard on them to get them to feel good, but like something about it, I just want to kill them. I'm just tired of them. I've used them so much now. It's like I want to do mesh to motion and just like maybe a more humanoid and just use all these because these are great, And I think I would probably pay for the full set. Look at it, it got a zombie loop, and these do not map to little Godot ball because this is a full humanoid, and Godot ball has a fraction of those. And like I said, I'm tired of this thing. I think it works okay, but like I was thinking of like adding bow and arrow when you zoom in and you could shoot the bow and arrow, but this over the shoulder stuff is really great for silly physics. So because when you're first person, you can't really see what's going on. So I could do third person this though, over the shoulder. Right? Like, yeah, they are cuter. I mean, you can rig something on here that's cute. Um, but it's just like there's more animations and stuff available. It was kind of the big pull to using one of these. There's just yeah, because it like takes a piece of a fraction at a time, and it's just composed very simply of shapes that are these polygons that just subtract themselves, right? It's not terribly complex, but they also have a deformable system on top of that. So yeah, yeah. Valheim's always gonna be out of reach, but this is somewhat doable, and I do enjoy that you have done a complete game loop, right? Like that's cool for sure. It's prepare, find, clear the area, zombies, or change the order slightly. Enemies, enemies, waves, right? They come in waves while your laser's coming, right? Defend. Is that what you imagined? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking that it would trigger a big wave, right, when you set up your laser because they hear it, and so that's something like Deep Rock Galactic does, right? And Helldivers. When you activate a beacon in Helldivers, enemies start to they spawn a bunch of enemies. But they have patrols normally. Yeah, this is a lot. I wonder if I can shoehorn this into my old Tundra prototype that people liked. Yeah. I think I could just like this is sort of when you said, "Oh, what's your dream game?" This thing is my dream game. And it doesn't have to and I think I would retool it to be fantasy and remove the guns and bots and do um mhm. Yeah. I think we would retool, but it would just be like I really want to set it in a frozen tundra. And that just like confines everybody sort of in a smaller area, you know, because the heat mechanic that I invented, that I used in that one game. Oh, I just had a fucking genius idea. I could drive those carts, or you could pull them, and I could attach the procedural legs. And the way the procedural legs work is even better now with the so it could be kind of like this mechanical walker thing that we were thinking about using in this game, like a fantasy forge that keeps you warm, like these. So it just like kind of walks with you. It's like a cart, but like it's a heat source. It could be a laser, and it melts things out of the ice to help you. You know. So I like this idea of heat and cold and managing that as a resource. No, I'm not. I'm from DC. Well, Richmond. I'm from Richmond, silly. I thought you knew that. Yeah, yeah. No, I was in Richmond 30 years. I am not. I hate the fucking snow, but I love it in games. I love snow levels in games. So like snow level games, like this is like I just love these. You know, these have always been my favorites, right? the Zelda ice level, right? Like the winter ones, like, oh man, yeah. I can't get enough of these. Majora's Mask, all time great. This. Oh wow, the Zelda game. This one has a uh was this Power World or something? Yeah. I don't know. Well, I've got to get going. It's been a lot of fun, but early bedtime. Thank you for sharing your idea. Yeah, and my Discord, I just friended you on there, so just hit me up if you have more like ideas. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Well, super. Thanks. I would appreciate that, and we'll see what we can get going. We'll see you.